Hello and thanks for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video, as you can see, we're in the car and we're driving, and we are going to do some thrifting today. Today is going to be a thrift day, the $20 thrift challenge, and as always, if I find anything today, I will be coming right home and styling it, so be sure you stick around to the end to see what I picked up, and if I picked up anything, how I styled it in my home. And we're going to jump right into it at Goodwill #1. And the first thing I ran across was this wallpaper. And it caught my eye. It wasn't anything that I could use, but I love when I find wallpaper and find full rolls of it because it can be a great deal if you are looking to do a project or whatever. So I held on to it for a few minutes, knowing I wasn't going to buy it because it wasn't my style. But it's really pretty. It had a little bit of a shimmer to it, and it was almost like a grayish blue color. Very nice wallpaper for somebody that needs this. And they were $4.99 per roll for these. It was by a brand called Decor. I wasn't familiar with them, but it looked like some pretty decent wallpaper for somebody. So I put it back so somebody could take it home with them. The shelves are full in here today, so it's going to take some time to kind of go through here and make sure I don't miss anything. As always, when I come to the thrift store here lately, I always see a Keurig machine in here. They always have different models of it or whatever. This one looks to be in pretty decent shape, and this is a nice one. It's got the milk frother and everything with it. Couldn't find a price on it. More and more I'm having a hard time finding prices on things at the Goodwill. And at my Goodwill, if you find something that doesn't have a price and you take it up and you want to buy it, they won't sell it to you. If it doesn't have a price on it, they won't sell it. They have to do whatever they have to do to come up with the price in the back or whatever. So that's frustrating. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm not in the market for a coffee maker. Let's check out these lamps here. That black rectangular lampshade was really nice. I have been seeing a lot of these lamps here with the polished nickel bases. This one is really nice. It's got the finial on it and everything. Very, very nice lamp. And that's another one that I was unable to find a price on. Don't understand what's going on here, Goodwill. I'm pretty sure it's probably them redoing the prices so that they can go up even higher. But that's a nice piece. I really don't need another lamp, but I'm always drawn to the lamps when I come in. And I got a little story to tell you later in the video about lamps. So make sure you stick around to the end. It's going to be real funny. These lamps here are nice. I love these. These are so cute. Very nice for a bedside table or a buffet or something like that. They would be really, really nice. They're in that polished nickel color, and then they've got like an acrylic-like base on them. I really like those. Oh, they have a lot of stuff in here today. Just look at the aisles here. Just so much to look at. And I wasn't in the headspace to hit up a lot of Goodwills or thrift stores in a single day, so you're going to see that I'm going, well, you may not notice, but I went to different stores on different days here, so that happens sometimes. Sometimes I come in and if the store is like this, it's just overstimulating and I have to go home and get some rest. But anyway, I still enjoy coming in just to see what I can find. These are really, really nice. These are cable cord covers. So if you have a lot of power cords and things like that, you can hide them so that they're not showing. I probably could use something like that in my own home, but those were nice, a nice find. These grow bulbs are nice too if you do like indoor herb gardens. This is a nice find for that as well. You see that price there is $5 for that. Not bad at all. This is a nice decanter or carafe here. I really love the shape of that. Very, very nice. You can always find those for a couple dollars. And they're a nice addition to a buffet cabinet or top of a buffet, a bar cart, whatever. I rarely spend money retail for glass items like that because you can always look up on those in the thrift store. So I always keep my eye out for some of those that I can use vases and stuff like that. This floor lamp here caught my eye and I was disappointed because it was broken. Or at least I couldn't figure out how it worked. But I thought this was a nice little task lamp. It was only $5 for it, but the globe on it didn't tighten up. It kind of like only pointed down, and it should have been an adjustable base, but I couldn't get it adjusted to stay up. It just kept falling back down. So couldn't figure it out, but that could have been a nice piece. And for $5, you cannot beat that. If someone was handy and could fix that up, that would be a good find. This art piece here is a very old piece of art. I've seen this for years. I think this is called The Funeral or The Burial. It's a very popular piece of art that I've seen in several different places here. But they had this one. It was in very good shape as well. They wanted $3.99 for that. And as I mentioned, I went to several different Goodwills that I'll be sharing in this video. And the stores that I went to were in Charlotte, North Carolina, Weddington, North Carolina, Matthews, North Carolina. So a little bit of things from each of those stores. If you're in the Charlotte or North Carolina area, you may or may not be familiar with those stores. And I thank you to all my Charlotte family members that are in here. You all have shared some places with me that I didn't know about, so I'm adding to my list of places that I've got to get out to. So shout out to you, and thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Here's this piece of art here that's Christmas art. And speaking of Christmas, in July, you know, they have Christmas in July or something that retailers have come up with in recent years. But the Goodwill has in the past participated in that. So for the month of July, you'll start to see Christmas trees being brought out and all the Christmas decor that they have in. They'll bring it out and decorate with it in the stores. And then they put it back up after July and wait till, you know, closer to the Christmas season. So if you have a need for Christmas decor and things like that, keep that in mind. Hopefully this is something that they will do again this year. They definitely have done it in previous years. Durable medical equipment is another thing that you can find in the thrift store. So if you have a temporary need or a permanent need for a walker, a set of crutches, a wheelchair, the Goodwill is a good place to check out for those types of things. All right, guys, we are headed to another store, and this is where I'm going to share a little story with you guys. Okay, so we are back at Hidden Treasures, which is the thrift store that we were at on my last video. And I'm coming back here because there were a couple things that I want to see if they're still here because I'm considering buying them. So let's go in and see if they still have them. And y'all, this happens so much when I am editing my videos or after I put the video out and start to read your comments. I'll see things or go back and look at the video, see things I didn't see or that I didn't pick up. And so here I am back in Hidden Treasures. I have my mom with me today. So we're going to take a quick look around to see if I see anything new that I love, like this lamp. This is gorgeous. I love that. That's a nice little task lamp. It looks like it's brand new, very heavy with the brass and everything. Really like that. It was $125 though for that. But I'm on a mission now. So I told my mom we're going to come in here and see if we can find those items. So here is where the item was. As you can see, it's no longer here. Let me share with you what it is that I came back in here looking for. Anybody remember when I shared that orange lamp? Well, that lamp has been on my mind ever since, and I finally came back in here. It's probably been several days later at this point, and the lamp was gone. I knew better. When you see something at the thrift store, if you don't get it right then, it may or may not be there. The other thing I came back in here for was this perfume bottle, and it is still here. However, I had Mom with me today, and Mom brought up something that was really good for me to think about. She said, if you put your perfume in there, you're going to start to lose your fragrance or whatever. It's going to change the, you know, whatever, the makeup of the perfume, and you're going to lose some of the scent or whatever. So I opted not to get it once she told me that. You know, mothers are always going to give you that good old practical advice. On that video, when I was reading through my comments, someone commented on some porcelain birds that were near that perfume bottle when I shared it. So I decided to look closer this time to make sure that I got a closer look at them. So here they are. I'm assuming these are the ones that you were referencing. So yeah, here they are. They are still here. And this is in Hidden Treasures, which is located in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was bummed about them not having my lamp, but it's my own fault. I already knew. So I came over here and I saw these glasses. Now, I don't recall seeing these the last time I were here, but they were great quality and they were absolutely gorgeous. And I was really considering getting these. And then here comes Mom to give her opinion. Now, she agreed they were great quality, but she said, girl, do you need more glasses? And no, I do not. So I put them back. Mom is wonderful for your budget. I need to shop with her all the time. Look at these chairs. These were really nice. I love the quality of them. Not quite my style, but I like the look of them or whatever. So now I am in a Goodwill store, and I believe this is the one in Weddington, North Carolina. Don't quote me on it, but these pictures or artwork here caught my eye, so I had to get a closer look to see what they have. And it looks like that's another skyline of New York City. I don't know why those are so popular these days. What's interesting, though, is in this part of North Carolina, a lot of people relocate here from the Northeast, primarily New York and New Jersey. So I wonder if that is the reason why I run across so many New York skyline pieces of art. This is an interesting piece of oversized wall art here, and it just looks like paint running down the canvas, but it's got a really interesting look to it, and not a bad price for a piece that large. It was $10. I'm coming over here and I'm spotting a mirror there, and it looks like it's burl wood, so I cannot wait to get over here and get a closer look. It was somebody over here, so I had to wait to be able to get closer to it. I was real excited at this point until I felt it, and I felt that it was very, very poor quality, very, very lightweight, so I did not get it. But if that had been real burl wood, this would have come home with me. I love that. That would be nice in a hallway over a credenza. It's just a nice, timeless piece, but it was definitely not a good quality piece. So I kept it moving, but not before just standing there staring at it as though it was going to become better quality. Then I ran across this giant ficus tree, and I love this. This would be perfect if someone had a large space. This thing had to be like 10 feet tall. It was really, really nice, but this would be beautiful on a porch, on an indoor porch, or any type of long, tall entryway. Beautiful. This is a nice little task lamp here. These are always good for a home office, or I guess you could take it into the actual office with you too if you're decorating your space or whatever. That's a nice little piece. I like that. It would also be nice on a buffet or something like that, wherever you really want to style it, but I really like that. I'm loving polished nickel these days, and chrome as well. So now we're over here looking at their furniture. And they had this chair here. Now, what I'm looking for when I look at furniture are pieces that have great bones or great structure or very good quality. And I'm looking at them with the intention of potentially reupholstering a piece or whatever, or definitely getting it professionally cleaned or whatever if I were to choose a piece like this. But you definitely should consider them, because sometimes you can get some really, really good quality pieces, at the thrift store. This is a nice piece of furniture here, this chest here. And I said I was looking for a project piece, and that would be something perfect. It was only $5 for this. And if you know what you're doing, it would not take much at all to restore it to its original glory, or you could zhuzh it up and make it more modern, but it's a great piece of furniture. And this sofa here is another piece that I would not look twice at ordinarily, but it caught my eye today because it is a great piece of furniture. The structure of it and everything was really nice. It's hideous to me, but just imagine this redone, reupholstered, cleaned up, whatever, reupholstered, and this would be a beautiful sofa. And I didn't see a tag on that. It probably was already sold. Many times when people are purchasing larger pieces like this, they'll take the tag off and take it up to pay for it. So if somebody else probably had that vision, or maybe they liked it just as it is, don't know. But you can definitely find a great deal at thrift stores on furniture if that's what you're looking for. And let's come over here and check out the lamps in this store. I see this gold one back here that looks really interesting. It's a little bit lighter in weight than I thought it would be, but that's a nice piece. And I could definitely visualize that on a buffet table or something like that. And there are some more lamps with a nickel base or polished nickel or whatever it is, and the silver tones. I've just really been seeing a lot of those here lately. This one has a nice little shape to it, and you can see the price there for that is not too bad. $6 for that, not bad at all. It's probably an older piece, just judging by the cord on there, but it definitely will still be, right in style. That's a timeless design. I like this faceted lamp here as well. It was white. That would be really pretty with a black base. You know, I love black pieces, so I'm always looking at painting things. This little refrigerator here caught my eye. This is a small refrigerator that's for your cosmetics. You know, putting cold things on your face is supposed to be good for your skin or whatever. So that caught my eye, but I couldn't figure out how to open the thing. Moving right along over to the glasswares to see if there's anything of interest over here. And it really wasn't a whole lot until I spotted a vase kind of up under the cabinet. So I had to get a closer look at that to see what that was all about. You know, I always say when you go to the thrift store, you have to look high and look low. But under there, I saw some green pointing out, or looked like green. And I pulled it out, and it's actually more of a teal color, which is a nice color. And it was a vase here. So I just wanted to get a look at it. It wasn't anything that I purchased or that I needed, but I wanted to see what it was just the same. This store had a lot of stuff in here today. They had this shadow box. This is a black shadow box, which is nice. I talked about shadow boxes in a recent video. Those are really good for keepsakes and things like that. They also had a ton of frames in here today, and they had some wall art kind of mixed in here with the frames as well. So I was kind of looking through here to see if I saw any gems. And just look at all this stuff and how it is on these shelves. I feel like Goodwill, you can do better. Look at this. This is a lot. But this is not the same day as the original Goodwill where I said I didn't feel like looking through things. Today, I feel better and I've got time. So I went through just to make sure that I didn't miss out on anything. Mom is not with me on this trip here, so I have no one to talk me out of anything. So the sky is the limit. And here is another Keurig. I tell you, every time I go in the thrift store, I'm seeing these things. So I don't know what that means, like what's happening. But they are always at the thrift store. I spotted a bowl over here that I wanted to get a closer look at. I love the irregular shape of it. And it had like a chrome bottom to it. Very, very nice, but it was really small. When I originally looked at it, I was thinking this would be great for a fruit bowl or something like that. But it's really tiny. It's not really large enough to hold a lot, but it was cute. Man, when I tell you this store has a lot of things in here. And I'm going to tell you, I came a little bit further out. I'm in Weddington, I think, at this point. And I was really expecting a lot more in terms of organization in the store. But yeah, no, they had a lot. Now, they did have a lot to go through, but my Lord. I saw a little glass bowl. I still don't really know what it is. You see that little green piece there? I guess it's a planter. I don't really know, or just a little candy dish or vase. I'm not sure what it was, but I just kind of thought it was interesting. This is a very practical piece here. This is something like a valet to go into your closet, to put ties on, to put belts on, things like that, just to kind of keep those things organized. I love those. And that was only $3, so not bad at all. Now let's come over here to the art and see what they have going on over here. That piece of colorful art there looks really pretty, and this looks like a nice little village or something to that effect. This lighthouse, that's so pretty. That's a nice colorful piece, very vibrant. Now they did have some pretty good art pieces in here today, and they were pretty well organized compared to the way that the rest of the store looks. But I was very impressed with some of these art pieces that they had here, and one is going to be coming up that I really, really loved. I thought the one behind this little floral print here was super cute. Two brothers. That is so, so cute. I love that. This one here is pretty nice too. It's got some like a beach scene or whatever. That would be nice, especially if you have a beach home or condo or something like that. That would be a nice piece of wall art. Or if you just go with that coastal theme, that would be nice as well. And sometimes you can find a nice piece of art that has a great frame and a great matting on it, but you may not be a fan of the artwork. You can always purchase it and switch out the artwork. Like this piece here, I love the way that it was framed. I love the matting on it, nice quality frame or whatever. Wasn't crazy about the art piece or whatever. So I was checking it out in the back to see how easy it would be to take that out of there and switch out the artwork. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. Actually, that piece is not bad. It just wouldn't be a style for me. But this piece of art here caught my attention. I like the frame on it. I like the matting on it. And it had like a double mat, which was also very intriguing. And as much as I love Paris, I could not see myself hanging that in my home. So I did pass that by. But check out this chair. This is a beautiful, good quality chair. My mama taught me about good furniture. And this is a nice piece. Now, it could use some work. You can see the reupholstering is needed and some new padding or whatever, but it is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And that solid wood frame around it is stunning. The chair is $20, but just imagine getting it reupholstered, getting some good padding in there. It could be a beautiful piece. I love that. For $20, yes. I don't know what the new padding would be or the reupholstery cost of it, but you'd have a great piece, that's for sure. It's been a little while since I've seen any good books in the thrift store, but I always come over and take a look because you just never know. But today just was not one of those lucky days. I also love to look for vinyls if they have them in the store. That's another thing I haven't seen lately. But anyway, I took a quick look there and nothing to be found. This little frame here, I saw this. This is a nice one here. It's already got your mat on there. It's got a pretty decent frame. So all you'd have to do is get a piece of artwork in there or a photo, whatever. And you'd have a nice little frame here. I'm taking one more look over here in this real junky section to see if there's anything that I missed. I saw these little ice skates here and had no intentions of purchasing them, but I was curious as to the price and I could not find a price on them, but they appear to be brand new. Another item that appeared to be brand new were these lamps here. They were still in the box. Looks like they had never been used before, still in the plastic and everything. And they were like those little mini lamps here. Not a bad price for 2 lamps, and they would be perfect for your buffet or bedside tables or in the kitchen, you know, wherever you want to put a smaller scale lamp. But this is what it looked like. Very nice. And then here's what the shades look like. It had the little silver stripe around the top and the bottom. That's going to be a good find for someone. Here's another light fixture. This looks like to be a ceiling light, a chandelier or whatever, still in the box here. It's also $14.99 with the gold or brass around it. Another nice find. Here's another little smaller scale lamp. These little small lamps are really, really popular now because you can put them in different places. This is a really cute one here. It's got a black, it's all black. It's got a black shade on it, and the base is black as well. Very, very small, but really nice. And it's by the brand Sunbeam. I didn't even know they were still around. And that was only $2 for that piece. I think this is going to be the last store that we go into for this video. So I don't even remember how many stores we've gone in. We've gone into at least 3 Goodwills, and then we went into Hidden Treasures. So I think we hit up about 4 spots in today's video. So you got a pretty good feel of what's out here in these Charlotte streets. Here's a nice little ice bucket here. It's a Christmas one specifically because I see a deer on there, but it's in that hunter green color that I love to decorate with around the holidays. So it definitely caught my attention, although I have not been purchasing any new ice buckets because that's another thing that I have way too many of. And speaking of hunter green, look at this lampshade here. Now this is gorgeous. Now that's something I do not have, is a green lampshade. Gotta have one of those, right? Not. No price on it, so I didn't even worry about it because I didn't need it anyway. But it was another one of those examples of where they just don't have a price, so I don't know what's going on. Well, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. We did come home empty-handed today. That's the reality of thrifting sometimes. Sometimes you find things, sometimes you don't. Despite that, please, if you enjoyed today's video, consider hitting that thumbs up button as well as the subscribe button if you like this type of video. Also hit the post notification bell. That way you can be notified each time I upload additional videos. I upload videos on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And here lately, one of those videos each week is a $20 thrift challenge video. So if you are new to the channel, if you've not seen previous ones, be sure to catch up in the with the playlist, and I'll link in the description box below. That way you can see all of the other videos that we've done together where we've gone out thrifting, we found things, we brought them home, and we styled them in the home. To all my returning family members, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that I see you over here on my next one. Bye bye.